Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Ali Balor. This is my law partner Alexander Carl.
Hello. Wow. Do we have a filter on, or I'm usually this glowing? Anyways, I like
Glowing,
it.
yeah,
Cool.
glowing. Today we're going to talk about nurses, foreign nurses, and how they can come to the U.S.
Yeah.
With a green card.
In light of Nurses Week,
It is the Nurses Appreciation Week this week, so
right.
yes.
Happy Nurses Week. I don't know if you say that or not, but hey, we just did. So, yeah, if you're a foreign national and you are studying to be a nurse, let's call it, how do you get to the U.S. to then work for, let's say, a hospital as a registered RN? That is a question we would ask, right? I mean, let's start with, I guess, a hospital who wants to enter into a employment-based green card petition. So petition for a nurse to come in as a permanent resident and work for their hospital.
Right. Well, first, the individual needs to be a nurse in the home country, right? They need to have worked as a nurse, be a licensed nurse in the foreign country. They need to go through several steps of testing to make sure that they're qualified to practice as a nurse in the United States. One of those tests is the TOEFL English test, which can be administered abroad.
Yeah, I mean, to be more specific, right, the first step is to earn a college degree in nursing. That's number one. And then you get licensed abroad as an RN. Number two, you need to take the NCLEX exam. Whatever.
What is an NCLEX?
I mean, it's what does it stand for? I'm not 100% sure. It's similar to the bar exam, I would imagine.
It's similar to our bar exam.
Yeah, it's to get your nurse's license, so then you are licensed to practice nursing. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty positive that is what it is. Again, we are immigration attorneys, so we handle the visa processing, all of this. But anywho, so NCLEX. Then you're going to need what? A job offer, because you're not going to self-petition under kind of a national interest waiver. You're going to get a job offer from a U.S. employer. Once you get that job offer, there is another small requirement of then you needing to get an RN license in a specific or particular state that you're going to be practicing in. And each state varies. You can find that information online on how you apply and get the license for that specific state. Once you do get that license, I believe then you take that TOEFL kind of exam that Ali did mention, or the visa screen. I don't know where I got.
Yeah, TOEFL comes first, one of the first tests. So the visa screen is a private company that does the visa screen through USCIS, and basically they make sure that the person coming in to come in as a nurse qualifies as a nurse. They basically have the basic blocks of really being able to practice as a nurse in the United States. That process may take several months, 6 months, 7 months. And again, you go through a private company and you constantly check to see if that visa screen has been completed. And once completed, then the hospital or the entity, the petitioner in the U.S. files that I-140.
Yep, that's the petition with USCIS here.
Right. So yes, the I-140 is the alien worker petition, form I-140. But the important thing is with nurses, because there's a shortage of nurses in the United States, you don't have to go through the labor certification process. You don't have to test the labor market because we literally don't have enough nurses. And the Department of Labor does recognize that. So nurses, the RN is a Schedule A occupation. So you literally file that perm application and presume that it's certified, and USCIS will take that.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you're an applicant and or an employer and that confuses you, you don't need to worry about it. That's why you hire an attorney to handle that process. But no, Ali is correct. If once the I-140 is approved, great. That's one of the kind of the biggest hurdles. Then you just need to wait until your visa, the priority date becomes current, and then you can apply for the immigrant visa, go to your interview, and come in as a permanent resident to go work as an RN for your employer. Now, yeah, that's the employment-based green card petition. There are other avenues to get nurses here to work in the U.S. One being, I threw around was a TN visa. If you're a Mexican or Canadian national, you can apply for a TN visa to come to the U.S. and work as a nurse.
Absolutely, and you kind of go through these processes here stateside, which is somewhat easier. Obviously, you can take the various tests, easier in the United States. If you're not from Mexico or Canada, then options are limited because nurses don't have to have a 4-year degree to become a nurse, right? So that's not a requirement. So USCIS has indicated that that's not a specialty occupation. That's why nurses don't get to come in on an H-1B visa. Although H-1B visa is its own little mess world, and that may not be a big negative, to be honest. But if you are here, let's say on a student visa and you're studying nursing, right? Then instead of going through the consular process, you apply, once you go through all the steps we mentioned, instead of the visa process abroad, you go through the adjustment of status process, which is you apply for the green card here, and it takes about whatever, depending on what city you're in, anywhere between 8 to 9 months, 11 months approximately.
Definitely. Yeah, hopefully that helps. There are, the moral of the story, to wrap it up a little bit in sum, there are multiple avenues to get nurses here to work for their employer in the US, right? The most cases we see are these employment-based petitions, the green card petitions for nurses. And whether you're here in the US and you're going to adjust status or you're going to consular process, the requirements are pretty similar. We do like working with hospitals and nurses, what have you, and happy to answer your questions. So if you do have any questions about this video and what we just spoke about, which you probably do because it was a lot of word salad, then please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
And if you're a hospital, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you.
Definitely.
And happy Nurses Week.
Mm-hmm.
And we thank all the nurses here and abroad for everything that they do. And until next time, we'll catch you later.
Yep. Have a good rest of your week.
Ciao.
Bye.